God. So then he said, what am I supposed to say to a woman? And I replied, the same sort of thing you'd be happy saying to a burly inmate in prison. Because you should treat everyone with respect, don't be a dirtbag, is essentially is the message of the world. Hey, do you know what we should go and see?
What?
Alita Battle Angel and Captain Marvel.
We did!
We saw them both. Because, you know, we're not dickheads.
Although I'd be surprised if you can still see someone, if you can find someone that's still showing Alita Battle Angel.
Captain Marvel will pretty much be dominating the box office now and on all the screens. Yeah, because a bunch of Oscar stuff now sticks around for a few extra weeks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To get a bit more of that sweet money.
You'll probably still be able to watch fucking Green Book in 2 months' times in the fucking cinema.
Do you know what isn't about getting money and getting paid, son?
No, I've literally no idea where you're going with that.
Welcome to Big Damn Cast. Gentle listener.
Oh, that's where you're going.
Or indeed the rough listeners out there.
Yeah, you can be rough.
You guys are welcome to. As long
I'm a rough boy.
As long as you're as long as you're playing safe and you're loving each other, then that's, do whatever you need. But right now, take a break for an hour or so to listen to me, Christopher. Oh no, he didn't. Johnson.
And me, Matthew. I have nothing to prove to you, Watson.
Yep.
I don't. Let's talk a bit of news.
Yeah. Shall we talk news?
Let's talk a bit of news.
Let's talk news. Do you want to hear about the Child's Play reactions?
Yeah, go on. You've tantalised me with this. So
I'll tease it under your nips.
This is early screening reactions to the new Child's Play movie.
Yeah,
not the Don Mancini one, the other one, the one with Aubrey Plaza.
The one by Orion Pictures, which is a remake of Child's Play, in as much as they can use elements from that first movie and nothing more. It's a film that I am sort of on the fence with my legs swinging on the side of not happy about, simply because I'm a big fan of the franchise. I feel like the creators have been shat on a bit here, but at the same time, I'm a comic book fan. I likes my alternate takes. I'm intrigued. So, plus, Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
So there is that. But some early screenings have happened, and Reddit users have been quick to anonymously post some of their thoughts.
Love anonymous Reddit users.
I'm going to keep this spoiler free, because believe it or not, most of them did too. But I'll say this. Early reactions for Child's Play, the 2019 remake, are that it's tonally confused.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. One poster didn't necessarily agree that ruined the experience, but it did feel a bit janky. It ends definitively. This movie does not sequel bait.
That's good.
Which is good. And is like the original. The original ends definitively. It just leaves on an ominous shot of Andy peering back through the door as a freeze frame, and then it goes to the credits. A lot of people interpreted that as is the soul in Andy? And it's like, the music's the only thing saying that, really. Everything else is suggesting that they're fine.
People have...
people look for fan theories.
People have made cinematic universes out of smaller connections. That's
Season 6B.
That's not true. Season 6B is true, though.
No, it bloody well isn't.
It is!
Oh, it isn't.
I'll fight for Season 6B.
The Two Doctors is not canon.
Everything is canon. Until it isn't.
None of them were willing to discuss Chucky very much. I think because they were. I think because they were all kind of being respectfully spoiler free for the most part.
You know why I think that is?
Why?
Because these people are lying, and they haven't really seen it.
Well, one of them said that Chucky's angle is more that of a jealous ex in the film, and based on what we know of the movie so far, Andy's got a group of mates. Though early drafts and stuff said that he's a lonely child, and that's why his mum gets him the doll. So I think Andy does a bit of growing up, does a bit of socialising, starts to leave, and the AI starts to play up as a result of that. Hence why Andy and his friend and his mum are like the target of it all. Not only that, the kills are creative and interesting. The puppeteering work is really good. So that's got the effects fan in me very excited. Like, I'm intrigued to see what their take on Chucky looks like. He is not the only AI toy in the movie, which was suspected from some of the stuff in the trailer and some of the images they've released. But this is just the first version of Buddy. There are other buddies on the way. One of which is
That's terrifying.
Big teddy bear.
Oh,
so yeah,
Teddy Ruxpin-esque.
I think this is a corrupted AI situation. And when asked about the rumor that the factory's in China, when asked about the rumor that an employee kills themselves and like their soul going into the people were trying to think, is that how they do the whole voodoo-y kind of aspect maybe in this film? They wouldn't confirm or deny it, but they said an accident in the factory is what starts the story off. So who knows what that means exactly? But the reactions have essentially been, yeah, it's a film.
I mean,
none of them overwhelmingly positive, but none of them.
That is kind of the reaction
negative.
I was expecting to. I mean, I'm expecting to have when I see it. So
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's an odd one. I'm a little more open to seeing it now, simply because I remembered my reaction to Evil Dead 2011,
I've still not seen
2012, whatever it was. It's not bad. It's different. It's Sam Raimi produced on it. Bruce Campbell and Ted Raimi produced on it, and
the main criticism I hear of it is it doesn't have the sense of humour that the originals do,
which is why I kind of like it, because it's not trying to be.
Yeah,
the other one, because the first Evil Dead doesn't really have a sense of humour. It's just sort of it's got a cheesiness to it.
But
some of it from age and some of it intentional.
But who when you talk about Evil Dead, who remembers the first Evil Dead? Like no one. People remember.
Yeah, because no one was allowed to watch it for decades. It's a video nasty. Keep it away.
And but people when people.
I mean, they weren't even allowed the rights to it when they made number 2. They weren't allowed the rights to use footage from their own film.
Yes.
Hence why they very quickly remake it in the first 5 minutes.
Yes.
It's previously in this film series, sort of. It's only recently that they're all in a box set.
Yeah.
That seems to be a thing. Like the original Child's Play was never in any box sets. A Chucky box sets for years, and then the most recent box set has it in. So they obviously came to an agreement.
Do you think that's why Jaws isn't in the Jaws box sets?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. That'd be why. It'll be a rights issue.
Also because it's a good way of tricking people into buying the box set.
Jaws 2, 3, and The Revenge. I have not seen Jaws The Revenge.
I have.
But I've seen the house that movie paid for, and it is a nice house. Genuine quote.
I know, from Michael Caine.
From my cocaine.
Yeah.
He was high on my cocaine. Not myself. Actual cocaine.
Jaws The Revenge is dog shit.
It is dog shit. It's about a shark getting revenge for its possible parent being murdered in the previous ones. It's so weird. It's so bloody weird. And it's not very good, which Child's Play 2019 might not be, but at the moment it just sounds like it might be a film.
It doesn't look like it's going to be awful.
But it also doesn't look like it's going to... Basically what I'm saying is go and watch the Evil Dead remake, guys, because it's pretty good. Sam Raimi himself said, this is the film I would have made if we had a Hollywood budget when I made it. It's like, okay. Like, fair enough. Because it is low-key, but it is grotesque and really visceral and uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
And they don't make the mistake of having an Ash in it, either.
Yes.
There's a character that it leads you to believe is going to be a bit of an Ash character, and then he's one of the ones that gets bumped off. It's like,
excellent.
Good. Yeah.
I might watch it. It's on Amazon or Netflix, one of the streaming services. I might give it a watch. I started watching Lights Out earlier today, the David Sandberg sort of feature-length spin-off of that pretty great short.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just got bored within the first 25 minutes.
Yeah, I hear that.
That means that I was kind of just... I was only kind of half watching it while I was Marie Kondoing my room, so...
Marie Kondo.
Yeah. I was working out which of my shirts spark joy. Turns out, most of them... But a couple went.
Oh, by shorts.
Most of the ones that don't fit my belly.
Just your belly. We should have cut them and made them into crop tops.
No, it's just my belly.
Just crop tops.
No.
Just make them into crop
no
tops.
one wants to see my belly.
I want to see your belly. I want
to
paint a picture on it.
And now you can!
In case you can't tell, guys, it's Sunday of a very long week.
Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah.
Is happening. Suicide Squad.
Wait, from my movie. The Suicide Squad.
And James Gunn, writing and directing that shiz. Some reports have come out saying...
Will Smith is out.
This is what's happening with the Suicide Squad. Yes, Will Smith is out. He said he's out.
And at first we believed that meant that it wasn't going to focus on Deadshot. Because it's also been confirmed that Harley Quinn is currently not a main character in this one. So he's probably not in it, or has a very reduced role.
They've said that she's expected to return, but I would imagine that they have minimised her role because she's getting her own film, which is currently in principle in photography.
Yeah.
But what's it called? Birds of Prey or The Fantabulous Emancipation
of One Harley Quinn. Yeah.
Which I just think that's a fucking great title.
It is a great
just
title.
for the audacity of it.
It needs to have that big stony logo and then just like felt tips scrolled on.
Yeah.
Or
lipstick scrolled on.
Yeah, it's got to be that kind of picture. That's how you make Harley a breakout character.
Yes.
You make her the Deadpool-esque factor of a film that is much more serious. But yeah, so we were like, okay, so they're focusing on other heroes. Maybe we'll have Killer Croc back in. Oh, no, they've confirmed Croc's not involved. We'll have Katana in it. Well, no confirmation as to whether that's happening.
I think reports are saying that Jai Courtney, Joel Kinnaman is not returning as Rick Flag.
Christ.
Which
is weird, because to me that would be the obvious bridge. If it is set in the same continuity, he would be the bridge. Amanda Waller and Rick Flag. And give him some better shit to do.
Well, yeah.
Because he could be a great straight man to the oddballs that make up the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And not given stupid expository dialogue.
Well,
There's a katana! I want to cross her! Her blade stores the souls of his victims!
No.
What?
Shush. Quiet. But...
That's a big one.
Reports have come out about what characters could be replacing or making up the new lineup of the Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad. The only one. And also, reports coming out that apparently Idris Elba is in talks to replace Will Smith as Deadshot.
2 questions.
Yes.
1, this means this is likely, based simply on the ethnicity of the actor to a degree, this is likely a continuation and, not a complete reboot, because the character is a part of it and they want a big actor to play the role, but they've also cast somebody of the same ethnicity to play the part. That won't be the central reason why they cast Idris, but obviously, that sort of suggests maybe this is a continuation of some sort.
Yeah. Oh, I think it is, yeah. I think it absolutely is.
Question 2.
Yeah.
Why do they want Deadshot to be a big thing? I mean, Floyd is an interesting character, but this will be the second movie with him played by a massive movie star in a prominent role in the story.
Because...
Why Deadshot?
I don't know.
Why not cast Idris Elba and just have him play someone more interesting?
Well, it's funny you should mention interesting.
Oh?
Because here's the rest of the rumoured lineup. Ratcatcher.
Fuck off. Really?
Who's apparently being gender flipped, so they're doing a female Ratcatcher.
Cool. I mean, it worked for Marvel. More on that later.
King Shark.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, King Shark seems like a bit of a staple, like, because Secret Six and
King Shark has been on the Suicide Squad before.
Yeah. As long as you go Gail Simone style.
King Shark is more readily associated with the Suicide Squad than Killer Croc is, for instance.
Croc in the first one felt like a fill-in for King Shark.
Yes.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Probably was.
Which is a shame, because you could do some interesting stuff with Croc, and in this he was just basically a big thug with scaly skin.
I think it was easier to do. It probably came down to it being easier to do makeup prosthetics for Croc than a bunch of CGI for King Shark when you already had a bunch of crap CGI for Enchantress and her brother and just everything else that was going on in that
Diablo
thing.
And
Mr. Polka Dot. And
this is a James Gunn script.
And Peacemaker.
Right, who's Peacemaker? I'm having a moment there.
I don't know anything about Peacemaker, but he's a former diplomat with a ruthless and violent dedication to bringing world peace. So it sounds like a Punisher-esque
okay,
character.
But a villain. Like a villain who basically will... I want world peace, and I'm going to bloody well get it, he says, as he smashes the head of a like foreign leader against a desk. Okay.
Rumour is Dave Bautista's going to do that.
Of course, because Bautista's made it quite clear that if James Gunn is not involved in Guardians 3 in some way, he's not likely to return and he will get out of his contract.
However, Marvel have now confirmed that they're using James.
They're using James now. A lot of it could be changed.
Which is stupid, like, okay, we're going to fire this man because he made paedophilia jokes and that's not acceptable, but we're still going to use your script. Why fucking fire him then? Why fire him in the first place to distance yourself from him? over some fake fucking moral outrage, and then use his script anyway. You're going to have to credit him. So firing him presumably to get yourself away from any bad press that would come from not being associated with him anymore melts away as soon as someone looks at the fucking credits for the film. And you can be damn fucking sure that if they're using the script, they're going to market it as using the script because people will want to come and see James Gunn's continuation of the characters that he made household names. But no, we can't condone the things he said, and we're going to have to distance ourselves from him. It's just not a Marvel Studios thing, but we're still going to use the script.
Yeah,
Fuck off!
Says the Disney exec, not the Marvel executive, because Marvel had no hand in the decision to drop him. Kevin Feige quite openly said, "Yeah, that was not my call."
Bullshit is what it is.
It's so stupid, but
we might be getting an interesting Suicide Squad film out of it.
The lesson we need to learn here is, if you're going to use social media, folks, only post nice things about your future employers. Don't post anything else ever. So yeah, big and stupid. But I mean, hey, at least we'll get from a fan experience point. At least we'll get the story that he wanted to tell.
Yeah.
Just not told by him, which is stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
But also, it means we might have an interesting Suicide Squad movie in a Warner Brothers that is now looking to distance itself from the strictness of the DCEU. Whereas, like, Suicide Squad, inevitable Aquaman sequel, Wonder Woman 84, like, these movies are going to continue to exist in this world.
Yeah.
But they're not making that the focus of their movies going forward. It's just it's more tangential. It looks like they're going to focus on individual franchises from now on, which gives you room to do your Elseworld shit like Joker and everything, which I'm fine with.
Apparently, Jared Leto is still expected to return as the Joker
in Birds of Prey,
or
in Suicide Squad 2.
In the Suicide Squad, but I would highly doubt it, considering James Gunn has been highly vocally critical of Jared Leto in the past. I can't see those two working together.
I have a better idea.
What's that?
Recast. Keep the same design.
Nope.
But recast.
Nope.
And include him in the Batman.
I have an even...
Younger actor. Include him in the Batman.
I have an even better idea.
Yeah?
Just fucking ignore it.
Ignore the Joker.
Just pretend just pretend it never happened.
Yeah.
And then when you need to do it, don't do him in the Batman. We do not need another Batman. It's like the...
Oh, no, don't have him be the main villain in the Batman.
Yeah.
But, like, when you inevitably get the Joker in that trilogy somewhere.
We do not need another Joker versus Batman movie. We don't need one.
No.
We don't need one. Let's get something else.
Give me Clayface or give me Hell.
Penguin's rumoured.
Penguin was going to be in Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
And then Matt Reeves bagsied him, and he was taken out of Birds of Prey and replaced with Black Mask.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Penguin was going to be the villain of Birds of Prey, which seems more appropriate when you think about it.
Yeah.
Birds of Prey's villain, Penguin. But,
yes,
yeah.
But hey. So...
There's that.
Yeah.
Speaking of James Gunn...
Brightburn.
Yeah, boy! Trailer came out this week.
A.K.A. the evil Superman movie Warner Brothers have been wanting to make for 15 to 20 years. But never had the balls to just do.
Well, yeah, the difference here being Warner Brothers want to do it because they can't think of anything to do with Superman because they're uncreative as fuck. But
they just want to do an Elseworlds.
Yeah, but even if they did it, they wouldn't be able to take it too far. Not a problem for Sony and the brothers Gunn, because there are 3 Gunns involved in this movie.
Are they all related though?
I mean, the spelling is far too much of a, like, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
I'll have a quick peeky ruse.
No, you keep talking. I'll have a peeky.
Okay. So, Brightburn, for those who don't know, this is the second trailer that came out this past week. Brightburn is a horror movie based on a very familiar concept. Picture the scene, boys and girls. A meteor falls from the sky, and 2 farmers, a husband and wife, go to see what it is and find a young child within the remains of a sort of a space vessel. And not knowing what to do, but seeing the vulnerable young thing, they take him in, raise him as their own. And as he gets older, he starts to realise he can do things. He has sort of powers, abilities. So it's about them instilling their values to him and helping him become the best person he can be. Sounds familiar, right? Now imagine that kid gets bullied, and unlike Clark Kent, isn't necessarily a rational, nice child, and his first instinct is to lash out despite his parents' sort of upbringing and everything. Brightburn is Superman if Superman was a horror movie about a child murdering people he doesn't like.
Yeah.
We're talking laser eyes, super speed, super strength, creepy-ass mask, weird symbol shit. And this second trailer upped the ante. The first trailer let us in on that premise and it was gripping. The second trailer shows us, it's going to go beyond, like, his little town. Like,
looks like it, yeah.
It looks like things are going to be coming out of the sky. It looks like a hostage situation sort of set up around the house. This looks frightening.
It does.
I can't wait to see it.
I'm really into it.
Elizabeth Banks in the lead role as the mother.
Love Elizabeth Banks.
Love Elizabeth Banks.
The choices she's making movie wise.
She's just having a laugh now, I think.
I feel like she's doing some really good projects.
In fact, I wouldn't be surprised considering her co-star in this was also in Power Rangers 2017.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if that film is connected to the early development of this one in some way. It's some sort of even if it's just a meeting of the minds of them, one of them's cast and they suggest the other one or something like that. All I'm saying is, Power Rangers 2017, you did good, kid. You did some good for the world.
Good, kid.
Including this, I think this looks amazing.
Yeah.
I think this looks absolutely incredible.
I'm interested by this.
You want it in your eyes?
I don't know. That's an odd choice of words considering some of the stuff that happens in this trailer.
Oh, good lord, no!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
If you don't like eye-based
horror,
do not watch this trailer.
If Oculus knocked you sick,
I still didn't finish Oculus. I started watching it and then got distracted and I never finished it.
To be fair, that's more mouth-based horror.
I wouldn't know. I didn't finish it. I didn't even get half an hour into it.
Oh, you need to watch it.
I know.
Is it on streaming?
Yes, somewhere.
If not, borrow it.
It was.
We got it.
I don't know if it still is.
We got it, son.
I keep starting horror films and then not finishing them. But the guy who did Oculus is doing... What's he doing? He's doing something else. I was reading a thing on Den of Geek about upcoming horror films and he's doing something else that sounds interesting.
I'll have a little gander.
What it was.
I'll have a little gander with my tiny eye.
But yeah, Brightburn looks like it might be...
A damn good time.
And also,
Sony owning James Gunn's involvement like crazy.
Yeah, they look well. Oh yeah, and by the way, the writers are in fact Gunn brothers. I think there are 6 Gunn brothers.
6 Gunn brothers.
6. Here we go. We got Mark, James, Brian, Matt, Patrick, and Sean. All the same family.
Jesus wept. That's a lot of talent in one family.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it is.
God diggity damn. Let's see what your boy Mike Flanagan, director of Oculus. Let's see what's coming up. He wrote and edited... Oh! He created, directed, produced, wrote and edited The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix.
Yes, of course he did.
Holy
Which is getting
shit.
a second season soon. Look, because of the nature of the story of The Haunting of Hill House, it's going to be an anthology thing. It's going to be a different story.
Fair enough.
Did you see
the Haunting of Bly Manor, is that the follow-up?
Possibly. Is that listed as a series?
Yes, it's the follow-on. The Haunting of Bly Manor. Yeah. Dr. Sleep!
That's what it
there
was.
You go.
That's what it was, yeah. The sequel to The Shining.
Yeah, he also did Ouija, Origin of Evil, which was received way better than Ouija was. Mm-hmm. So it looks like his thing is coming in and doing follow-ups that are better.
Didn't he do Hush as well?
Yes, Hush is one of his.
With his wife, who was the main character, who was the lead part in that, who also has he's one of the principals in Haunting of Hill House, and she's fantastic.
Kate Siegel,
yeah.
Yes.
She's fantastic. Yeah, Mike Flanagan's good. Anyway, Brightburn's good, Mike Flanagan's good, everything's good. We've got some emails coming in, so let's talk about the Captain Marvel.
Yes!
The 2019's Captain Marvel. You know, that film that angry white men on the internet have been complaining is going to tank Disney. It's gonna drag Disney and Marvel down with because it hates men.
You don't understand. It hates men
so much.
The movie
hates men so much.
It hates men and it wants men to die. And if you're a white male, why are you seeing this movie?
I saw someone complaining in a review that, mild spoiler, Samuel L. Jackson is seen
washing some dishes. And that's part of the film's like overall statements of how much it hates men. Go suck a fuck.
Go suck a fuck.
Oh my god.
Did you just say suck a fuck?
God, I've not watched that movie.
Let me tell you briefly, non-spoilery, about Captain Marvel. If you want
if you want some
brief overview,
a really in-depth non-spoiler thing from us, check out the YouTube channel. We did a video.
In-depth is a strong word, but yeah,
as in-depth as you can go without giving spoilers. I guess.
Yes,
first reaction.
Yeah, actually, this film does have quite a bit in it that the trailers have managed not to spoil.
Yes,
and I don't want to give it away because it's part of what makes the film thematically so interesting.
Yes. But let's talk non-spoilery for a wee while.
Yes.
Before we dive into the pool of filth.
Vers,
yeah. Spell Vers.
Is a Kree warrior, and on her first mission, she is captured by the Skrulls from outer space.
The sworn enemy of the Kree.
Yes.
The shape-shifting aliens that apparently infiltrate civilizations and take over planets.
And the Kree are devoted to wiping them out. This is also set in the mid-90s, by the way, 95, I think. June of 95, what our calendar says in one of the scenes. And she...
A True Lies standee appears. That would have been when it would come out on VHS.
Yes.
So, yeah. Early to mid-95.
Yeah, she's captured by Skrulls, manages to escape, and crash lands on Earth. And...
as depicted in the first trailer. In a blockbuster video.
And is also having strange flashbacks to her past that she doesn't quite remember, which suggests that she might have more of a connection to Earth than she realises. And then she ends up teaming up with Agent Nicholas Fiore of S.H.I.E.L.D. to help take down the Skrulls and get to the bottom of what everything means.
What her random dreams mean.
What her dreams mean. Does she have a past on Earth?
And can she control the overwhelming power within her that her mentor Yon-Rogg has tried ages... Yon-Rogg, played by Jude Law, has tried ages to sort of help her control and have a handle on.
She can shoot out photon blasts. Skrulls
can't do that. So?
Oh, yeah, it's great. It's really good.
If you're bored of the Marvel formula, sorry folks, this is a
Marvel movie.
Formula. But if you're one of those Marvel fans like myself, and I would guess yourself, who's like, hey, it's nice to go back to a random character origin story every now and again.
Oh yeah.
Like when Doctor Strange rocked up, it was like, this feels refreshing now.
This is Iron
because
Man
it's been a
with
while
magic.
since we've done this.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the last one of these we get for a while, where it's as far as we know, because we don't know much about the upcoming slate.
Yeah.
This is the first one of these for a while we're going to get where it's just, here's a character, we meet them in their first full adventure as this character, and they're going to become this character, and here's what it's about. It's pretty damn great. It's a lot of fun. It's action heavy, but quite small scale action.
Yeah.
And not in a bad way.
No. It's quite...
sort of like Ant-Man, Spider-Man Homecoming, that kind of
considering the stakes that you often get in these movies, it's quite contained. Relatively small scale.
Earth could be in danger, but it's not we have to save the Earth storyline.
Yeah, because also
now they're tracking down alien criminals who can blend in.
But this takes place in the past of the Marvel MCU, so you kind of go in knowing that you can't have any huge world-shattering things happen. Because you are not
fearing for Nick Fury's life. Well, I'll say this: you'd assume you wouldn't go in fearing for Nick Fury's life. Because you're like, well, we know Nick Fury survives because we've met him many times before in films set after this.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that's Nick Fury we've met in other movies.
Because this movie also introduces the shape-shifting Skrulls.
It occurred to me during the film, I was like, oh my god, what if that happens? Does it happen? Listen to our spoilers to find out. But it was like, oh my god, yeah. So Nick Fury could be in danger. Alright.
Or Coulson, for that matter.
Very, very true. I hate Tahiti is nice this time of year.
It's a magical place.
It's a magical place. It's The action's low-key in a good way.
Yeah,
lots
not
of
Loki's not in this,
but like lots of 90s style kind of car chases, you know, sort of fist fight sort of stuff.
It's like a nostalgia bomb greatest hits 90s mix.
Yeah,
feeling thing in terms of visuals and music and all that stuff.
It uses Via's lack of Earth knowledge to tell jokes through her eyes that are jokes that work to modern sensibilities today.
Yes.
So, like, load times and internet and things like that.
Yeah.
Which, in the context of the movie, wouldn't make people bat an eyelid, but it makes us laugh. So that could be a lazy joke. If it's just it's hoping you, the modern audience, laugh at how slow everything is.
Because she's coming from an
super
advanced society.
Yeah.
So it's almost...
What's it doing? It's loading. Oh. Just like waiting for the bars to go up.
And you know, it uses little moments like that to punctuate the drama with comedy, which is something that these Marvel movies have gotten really, really good at. Really good. They know exactly when to drop a quick one-liner in before something that hits heavy emotionally.
Yeah.
And keep it...
And again, just sort of
keep it moving and keep it energetic and fresh without letting it get leaden under the weight of its own fucking... import, you know what I mean, to the characters in there.
Visuals that allow for little moments of levity and comedy as well. Little things like Carol retrieving her shoes.
Yes.
In a moment where it's like, is that really the most important thing? But she just looks so kind of like, and it's like, it's just a really funny pointed moment.
Her uniform boots, which do not have heels on. They are not heeled.
They're not wedged either.
Or wedged.
Not wedged. Like a scroll sipping from a fizzy drink from a fast food outlet. Just these weird little visual things make you go, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny to see.
And a very, very cute ginger cat.
Oh my god, Goose.
Goose
is a great addition to it because it's just a little recurring motif where you're like, wait, why is it still there? Why is that cat still there? Why this cat?
It's a cat.
The cat is not tied to some kind of destiny or fate, folks. It's just there because this movie is a cat person movie.
It's a cat person movie because Carol has a cat.
Yeah, and Nick Fury apparently loves cats.
He's apparently so.
Let's talk again without going into spoilers. Let's highlight some actors' performances. Brie Larson does a pretty cool job.
Brie Larson's pretty great.
I said in my spoiler-free review, I kind of wish they'd given her a little bit more room to flip out a bit. Like it felt like Carol's training was so rigid that I almost kind of wished at some points she just went, to fuck with that, and like, especially toward the end, 'cause some stuff comes out that she learns things.
I think she kind of does though.
She does, but it's more in the face and the eyes and the way she sort of holds back. But considering who told her to be that way, I kind of wish she'd defied it a bit because those fleeting moments of rage were so interesting that I kind of wanted to see more.
I also think that's an interesting subversion of expectations that sort of leads to the themes of the film as well. So the fact that that doesn't happen.
Oh yeah, no, I'm fully aware that it's some. I don't. It's not a nitpick of the film. It's more. I wish I'd seen more of that from her because the flashes of it we get, she's very good at, and it's very cool. You know, it's cool to see. But similarly,
I think it's fair to say we'll be seeing a lot more of Brie Larson in Marvel movies going forward.
She's if this was Star Wars, she's Han Solo.
Kind of.
Like, I think she's charming, she's cocky.
The character would probably love that.
Yeah, she's very funny. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? She's the rogue in the lead. Like, she's the rogue character in the lead.
And she obviously she goes through stuff during the course of the story, but it's not like break her down to nothing and build her back up. Like, she's always that, at her core, she's always her.
Yeah.
And she's, and from the very first moment we see her till the end of the movie, she is that cocky, confident, strong.
She's hungover for the whole film, and then she has a Barocca at the end.
Yeah, basically.
Essentially, her head's a bit clearer at the end, and that's kind of the only real change. Which is again fine, and it works really well. I kind of wish they'd given the story and the script in particular, given her a little bit more to flex on.
Yeah, maybe.
But she's formidable, and she's really likable. And she sells the action beats like crazy.
Yeah.
You buy that she can kick the shit out of her suitably weaponized like opponents.
Yeah, and bigger opponents as well.
And I think sometimes the film does, because of that, suffer the Superman formula slightly, the Superman problem, unquote. Like, toward the end, you do sort of feel like you didn't have a big enough antagonist to face here, but that's because it's not a story about her beating the bigger bad guy.
No, that's not what it is about.
So it's kind of fine. And if we want that, hey, we only have to wait 2 months to see that.
Yeah.
So it's like, fine. I'm okay with that overall. Like you said, it subverts expectations in that way. So that's, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's something on a second viewing, I'll go, do you know what? I appreciate that more.
I appreciate it.
Sam Jackson is phenomenal. My
And
dad asked me who plays Nick Fury in this one yesterday. I said, what do you mean? He says, well, who plays him? He looks young, like a younger actor. And I went, that's Sam Jackson, Dad.
Yeah, they've just done some work to him.
He was like, no, it isn't. I was like, right, do you remember Civil War? Yeah, do you remember that weird bit where Robert Downey Jr. sort of looks younger? And it doesn't quite look right, but it's like, oh god, that's early 90s Downey Jr. And he went, mid-80s Downey Jr. He went, yeah. I said, yeah. Remember when they did it to Michael Douglas at the start of Ant-Man? Yeah. Well, basically, all that was just test run for this shit.
Yeah.
And it works really well. Sam Jackson is on set with a couple dots on his face. That's about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's all
I would imagine they're also using some doubles for
some stuff, but
he's nearly 70 now.
When you see the behind the scenes, Sam Jackson looks damn good for his age, and he's energetic as hell.
Yeah.
But like when you see the behind the scenes interviews of him on set in costume, it's weird because you're like, oh yeah. You suddenly realise that they've done stuff to his face in the film. You're like, yeah, no, there is more. There is more of a crease. There is more lines here. This is Pulp Fiction, like Sam Jackson.
The thing that it did look weird a little bit when they did it to Clark Gregg.
Clark Gregg wasn't
weird
as
for me.
smooth. It almost looked like they'd. Do you know what? It looked like they'd given him like lipstick.
Yeah,
it's sort of like they heightened certain colours in his face.
He just looked a bit too smooth, which for me is weird because I don't think you really need to do that much de-aging on Clark Gregg.
Yeah, I guess that different. I guess it's there just to make sure that he's been covered. But
but hey,
Sam Jackson's really fun in this, and his and Bree's dynamic is great.
Yeah, it does the Marvel formula thing of finding a bunch of actors who can do really good charismatic performances and just letting them bounce off each other for a bit.
Yeah, the quiet moments with them are some of the funniest. Like the getting out of the security office moment is one of the most charming things in any Marvel movie. It's nice seeing a Nick Fury who's less jaded. It makes me wonder what happens between this and Iron Man that has made him a much colder person.
Oh, the late 90s and early 2000s were a fucking mess, man.
I was there, albeit distracted by things like Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
But, it does make me wonder, because this movie doesn't set him off on a path of don't trust anybody. But it does sort of set him off on a path of, I'm aware that there's more to this. So I'm curious to see if we're going to find out a bit more about Nick's journey.
Maybe.
But he's a lot of fun. He's a little looser. He's a bit goofy. Which plays really nicely off of Bree's straight man routine.
Yeah, she is almost a straight man to him, which is it's an interesting flip of the Nick Fury we used to.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot the actress's name again yesterday. She's amazing. She plays Rambo.
Lashana Lynch.
Lashana Lynch is great. She's really good in this.
I kind of
I wish there was more of her in it.
Yeah,
you can't. Oh, you know about Graduate?
She's same drama school as I went to.
Yeah. She's really good.
She's brilliant.
And I wish there was more of her in it.
Yeah.
She gets to carry the weight of some an emotional chunk of the story, which I wish we'd seen another character that she has a relationship with deal with a bit more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she delivered and sold it, so I'm kind of happy with that.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice to see her again, but I don't think we're gonna necessarily.
We might Hayley Atwell style.
Mayhaps. Jude Law, really good.
Oh, Jude Law's great in this.
As Jon Rogg. If you're a fan of the comics, you'll be like, oh, Jon Rogg, eh? Well, yeah, definitely Jon Rogg.
Yes.
Gemma Chan as Minerva.
Doesn't get fuck all to do, but she's great.
Yeah, in the moment she gets, you're like, oh, you're cool, I would have liked to see more of you.
I mean, Gemma Chan is great. So it's like, oh, she's not actually got
Korvac. Digimon Honsu. Is that his name?
Korath. Korvac is a whole
Korvac's a different character. Korvac is the glowy... Yeah. Korath, again, really cool to see him. Same with Lee Pace's Ronan. It's that little thing of, hey, aren't those the guys from... And then it moves on because this film isn't setting up their character arc for Guardians of the Galaxy. It's letting you know what these characters were doing 20 years before. 10 years. No, 20 years before Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's really good in that it doesn't feel like it.
None of the stuff in this that is prequel worthy or prequel material is setting up stuff for you.
Yeah,
like
it's
Nick Fury
not,
a bit.
It's
That's
not
about
Solo.
Yeah.
It's not Solo's like,
Nick Fury's
here's where he got his gun.
Nick Fury's the only character in this where they're going, and here's how this happened. Here's his first rodeo. Here's Coulson's first rodeo that he referred to in Iron Man. And here it is. That's it. That's all you get.
Almost play some of that stuff for laughs in ways that you don't expect.
It's pretty damn fun.
It's
Ben
really
Mendelsohn is having a ball.
Ben Mendelsohn
is acting through prosthetics.
Really good. I really like that they went with prosthetics for the non-morph Skrulls.
Yeah,
it looks great.
Some might have nightmare flashbacks to Dragon Ball Evolution. I can assure you, no.
Oh, it looks really better. Good.
And just the general behaviour of the Skrulls, the villainous aspects, the personality quirks. They are a lot of fun. And if you've been sort of, the Marvel villain thing really upsets me, they never quite nail it. Mendelsohn gets some really cool moo-ha-ha moments in this movie that'll make you go, you are a lot of fun.
He is definitely up there with the better villains of the MCU.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The performance is a blast to watch.
I feel like he's having a blast, so I'm having a blast.
Yeah, the fun translates.
Yes.
I think we should launch into some spoilers.
Let's spoil this shit.
If you have not seen Captain Marvel and you want to see it without it being spoiled, stop listening now and we'll speak to you later, fam. But if you have seen it or just not fussed about spoilers...
Looking off its box office, you've probably already seen it.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Disney were dealt a large blow. It definitely didn't make the money they wanted. This is a feminist movie.
Yes.
In the actual true feminist sense of it's about equality, you motherfuckers. I'm pointing out where there isn't equality. It's not a man-hating movie. Sure, there are a couple of digs at men, but it's digs at dickhead men.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the point. If you feel that it's a dig at you, maybe you're a dickhead too.
Yeah, maybe you should rethink your behaviour.
I'm blown away by the cosmic sort of events that led to the "you should smile more" shit. Because Brie Larson's response was perfect. So there's a scene in the movie which is totally like a sort of homage to T2 a little bit. She steals a motorcycle and some like 90s kind of rocker gear, leather jacket and everything. Where a guy's like, hey, girls, smile. Why don't you smile more? And of course, like a shitload of the marketing was attacked by idiots on the line saying, why is she not smiling? It's like... And there was that brilliant post, I can't remember her name, but that lady edited those pictures where she edited like the Winter Soldier and a bunch of other posters and put these creepy smiles on the characters.
Because it looks weird. Apparently that scene, that dialogue predates all of that. And
someone asked Brie Larson about it in a press interview last week. Said, do you guys predict that? And she went, no, it's just, this is the female experience.
Yeah, this is a film about being a woman.
Yeah, and some people respond to that with like, oh, look, it's been all fucking dry and sarcastic. It's like, I'm sorry, if you react negatively, you are the dickheads that she's annoyed by.
It is the female experience.
The only people getting wound up by this are the dickheads that it's making fun of.
If
you feel offended by this stuff, you are the dickhead in this scenario, not the film. Get over yourself. Move on.
It's fucking...
Oh, lordy. But every male character in it is incompetent and wacky in comparison to Captain Marvel. Yeah.
Not true.
Not true. And some of the female characters are daft and weird as well.
But yes, true.
This is just how it is. It's a movie, you little bastards.
You may notice that when we were running down actors, we didn't really touch on Annette Bening.
Because I didn't really want to say too much in spoiler free.
Oh my, do they have fun with Annette Bening? Does she have fun with this movie?
She is
Dr. Wendy Lawson.
Wendy Lawson.
Who is later revealed to have been Marvel.
A
Kree scientist sent to Earth.
AKA, if you want to, Captain Marvel of the comics.
It didn't click.
Yeah.
Until I was like, Lawson, where have they pulled that from? It was there when she was looking through the files, like just before she finds out. I'm like, when Marvel first appeared in the comics and became an undercover agent on Earth, he took the name Walter Lawson at a test test facility.
Yeah.
And was helping to create.
Yeah.
Okay, and so
Yeah.
They just gender flipped Marvel.
Yeah.
And sort of. Yeah.
Because here's the thing, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, she's the third person to have the name canonically in terms of the chronology. So yeah,
Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Janice and Philovel have both had the name.
Okay, yeah.
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah. And
Carol Danvers.
Captain Marvel is the most recent part of that character's story. Yeah. In terms of she's a legacy character essentially. She's a new incarnation of a previous name.
But she has a history with Marvel going all the way back to his early appearances.
Yeah, and she has always been. She's been superhero. She's had a bunch of that power set. She's been part Kree. That's been her bag. So for the film to adapt Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel, it obviously wanted to pay homage to the history of the character and the name, the title.
Well, everyone assumed that Jude Law was playing Marvel.
Even though the marketing was saying he's Jon Rog. It's
not until recently.
Yeah, but it's why would they? Why would they be yes, we're disguising Captain Marvel in the film as one of Captain Marvel's most persistent antagonists?
No, because it was only revealed that he was playing Jon Rog from a leak about 3 months ago.
Yeah, but some of the posters have had it on.
Yeah, only after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's only recently.
Yeah.
But early on, when he announced him, they didn't announce his character's name. They
just assumed because of Jude Law sort of being the name and everything he is. Why would they cast him in random training soldier companion character? He's got to be Marvel. It's nope. He's freaking Jon Rog. He's the Captain Marvel villain, Jon Rog.
Yeah.
That's just who he is. So making Marvel, because again, this part of this sort of ties into the story of Captain Marvel and Marvel before, the idea of him realizing, there's more to this, and I'm on the wrong side, and I'm going to do the right thing.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. She finds out that the Skrulls are not, at least not all of them. The film sort of doesn't make it clear, but from the comics we know that there are Skrulls who are horrible, nasty, world-invading
pricks. They're an empire, and they're at war with the Kree.
Yeah. And there are also sections of the Skrulls species that are we don't want any of this. We just want to be comfortable and peaceful and have families and, and own land and have homes. That's all we want.
In this, the Skrulls are revealed to be refugees who've turned to terrorism to survive.
Yeah. I mean, there's Ben Mendelsohn's Talos does at one point say it's not all of us. So there is a very brief nod to, there are baddies out there somewhere.
Yeah.
But this lot, these hundreds that we've seen here, and as it's revealed, a bunch of them that are waiting on the satellite to be homed, to give it a home.
Including Talos' family.
These are nice people who just want somewhere to live.
Yeah. Because the Kree are aggressively expansionist.
Yeah.
But they're also very good at painting their enemies.
Yeah.
As the true villains. They're very dogmatic.
Yeah.
And the Kree, particularly the Kree military, are very devoted to that dogma.
Yeah.
Courtesy of the Supreme Intelligence who we see in this.
Now, when they mentioned that you need to consult with the Supreme Intelligence, I went, of course! I totally forgot that was part of the Kree story.
Oh, yeah.
And I suddenly was so excited because I was are we going to see a giant floating green head with tentacles and a jar? Are we going that far? Are we Dormammuing on this?
No.
Are we going to Dormammu on it? No. They pick a different route, and I think it was the better way of doing it.
Also, probably the cheaper way of doing it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they... well, true. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did some of that shit later. But it allowed for some trippy visuals and cool ideas. And I do like the way the Supreme Intelligence is... It's full-blown Pennywise in its true form. This thing is beyond Kree comprehension. No one can understand what it is to witness it in person. As such, it appears to people as the person they respect and understand the most. Somebody who they would listen to and talk with.
Which, of course, when you see Carol, or Veers as she is at that point, first meet the Supreme Intelligence that's out of the film, she does not know who it is taking the shape of.
She's comforted by the face.
But she doesn't know who it is.
She doesn't know who it is, yeah. And it's a very stylized, Xandar, Kree kind of Guardians looking version of the character. Like, she's got the hairs, like the frosted tips, and she's got like kind of the military jacket and all that. She sort of looked like what's the actor called? What's she called? Who plays Marvel?
Annette Bening.
Annette Bening. It looks like Annette Bening by way of Glenn Close in Guardians.
Yeah.
And that's a conscious decision because again, it's world building.
Yeah,
like it's
absolutely.
We see glimpses of the Kree society, of the normal people living on their planet outside of the military, very briefly. But it's the whole thing of this is set in this. You're watching the same cinematic universe where the Guardians films take place.
The little you see of it, you clearly see a society that is driven by its military goals.
Yeah. Which is why the movie starts out with, these are the good guys and these are the bad guys. Yeah. And then once she's separated from it, oh, no, we're the bad guys.
Yeah, because she believes that until doubt starts to creep in and she finds out more about her past.
And for the last 6 years, this is all she's known. I love that. I love that she knows that she has memory missing.
Yeah.
But she's so very much like, no, I'm Kree. I'm definitely Kree. I've got Kree blood coursing through my veins. And we find out later, it's because Yon-Rogg put some of his blood in her. He says as a transfusion to save her life, but it's more like, it's probably more to build your narrative so that she's a Kree.
They've also established in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that Kree blood
has healing
properties, because it's one of the things that they used on Coulson to bring him back.
Right.
And they've used it as a healing additive on various people.
But that's creepy because it implies that they've replaced all of her blood with Kree blood by this point.
Yeah.
So that she's like, I'm Kree.
Yeah.
Of course I'm Kree. Look at me, I bleed Kree.
Because in this
I smell Kree.
She doesn't get her powers.
I use Uber Eats for Kree.
She doesn't get her powers from having Kree DNA grafted to hers. She gets it from absorbing the energies of Marvel's
super weapon, Lightspeed engine.
When she destroys it to stop Yon-Rogg getting his hands on it, which we then find out was drawing its power and was empowered by the Tesseract, which is the Space Stone.
Yeah.
So she gets her powers from the Space Stone, essentially.
Yeah. So we have another Marvel hero connected to the Infinity Gauntlet.
It's very neat. It's a very neat way of tying everything together.
Yeah.
I really admire it in the way they've done that world building. It's like, and it's as if, and I think about doing this all the time because I just like things to line up. It's as if they've got the very messy sort of organic origins of the Marvel universe and gone, okay, well, we're starting it from scratch, so let's link things together in ways that make sense, logically. And they've done a really good job of that, and this is just another line in that story. Yeah,
it's beautifully done. If you want a nice little sort of history, Mr. Sunday Movies on YouTube did a 3-minute video called Where's the Tesseract been, or something like that. Yeah. And it's essentially looking at that Infinity Stone, its inception, and where it's gone. Because some people got really confused with this online after it came out, saying...
Yeah, my dad got confused about it.
Yeah, it's like, well, hang on, why does she in the 90s have the Tesseract on her satellite lab? Why? Doesn't S.H.I.E.L.D. have it?
Kanisha got a bit confused about it as well.
For a moment, I was like, wait, what? And then when I thought about it, I went, there's a big gap that we don't know about. Yeah. We know that Howard Stark fished it out of the Arctic Ocean in Captain America in the 40s.
Yeah.
And we know that S.H.I.E.L.D. have it in 2012 because it's in the Thor post credits, and then Avengers being studied by Selvig and S.H.I.E.L.D. So we've all just assumed that it was found in the 40s, kept by S.H.I.E.L.D., and then with Selvig's knowledge of Asgard and the Bifrost and all that stuff, they've gone, this sort of has a similar energy signature. Let's get you in to talk about it. Yeah. There was a gap.
Yeah.
There was a gap. And I'm assuming with her contacts, the fact that there's a bit of a cover-up related to it, that Dr. Lawson. Why was I saying Watkins? Lawson. Nicked it. To use as a power source. Put it on a satellite that is out of anyone's reach or knowledge.
Yeah. And Project Pegasus is also, one of another comics shout out.
Yeah.
Is a high level secret government technology institute. So it's the kind of thing that they would be able to get their hands on that sort of tech. Also, she's Kree.
Yeah.
She would have known how to get it.
So, what we were saying before the spoiler-free bit, for people who've not seen it but don't mind spoilers, that Ben Mendelsohn makes a great villain. That's because he does do a bunch of stuff and is shot and framed in a way as to be a villain for a chunk of the movie.
For the first half of the movie, he's the villain.
Yeah, he's definitely done some stuff he's not proud of. He even admits it.
But he's also a villain that's got...
But he doesn't do anything villainous in this movie.
He's a villain with charisma.
Yeah.
And clearly... a dedication to his men.
His native...
It's that wonderful scene where you don't know that he's taken the shape of the director.
Yeah. Which is great, because as a fan of him as an actor, they've obviously he looks like this because at some point he's going to be the Skrull in disguise.
Yeah.
But that's such a beautifully done moment, where he's the way he is, and you're like, this is really fun. And then he sort of says the prayer to his deceased compatriot, and you're like, oh. And the way he flips it is so nicely done, even though you knew at some point he's obviously going to be a Skrull imposter because it's the same actor.
Yeah.
It's played in a way where you're like, oh, did not expect
you just don't know when the switch is going to come. That's the thing. But they
got the alien cock joke.
Oh, I forgot about that, and it's so good. It's so good.
Before Nick moves on, they just lift on the Skrull autopsy.
It's so good.
They just lift the sheet up for a second to look at his crotch. So look at each other like, oh, okay. And they put it down and move on.
What is the first thing that two guys would do if they were the corpse of an alien?
Check out his junk.
Check out his dick. See if it's bigger. See how they measure up on the intergalactic scale.
And then move on with the day.
Now that is how you do a joke about gender.
Yeah, that was very
good.
The Skrull autopsy prosthetic was
all the Skrull prosthetics looked amazing in this.
Well, the mix of them, because some were CGI, most were prosthetics. Some have been prosthetics enhanced by CGI because, my God, they don't all look exactly the same. And the faces are totally based on, the Secret Invasion sort of era of Skrulls in the Marvel Universe.
The modern Skrulls.
And the Jack Kirby early stuff.
Yeah, the sort of, the more menial, sort of techie, not, sort of worker class, I suppose?
Yeah, well, they're not the Warriors, which is something that they've established in the comics, is that the Warriors are built a different way, they look a different way, they transform differently to fit their tasks.
Yeah.
They're enhanced with stuff to emulate powers and things like that. Whereas the science guys don't need that. They work in the labs. They're in the technology. And those who are just literally moving stuff around, the assistants, don't need that. So their builds are kind of smaller and weedier. And their faces are more cartoony and bulbous. And they look exactly like they fucking do when they first appear in Fantastic Four comics and everything.
Skrulls are out of space! Fantastic Four number 2! Number 2!
It's perfect.
That's how old the Skrulls are!
They're old as balls. And it's great. It's so well done because you're like, okay. And I wouldn't be surprised if Phase 4 reveals a character has been a Skrull for a while, a sinister one, or with a more sinister intent.
I don't know if it
because this movie does such a great job of, at the end of it, going, hey, don't worry about them. They're in this story. They're all good guys, and they're gone now. It means you could still have that twist later if you wanted, because it doesn't have to be a Skrull from them.
No,
it could be from a different sect, a different tribe, a different section of them.
Because Taylor says we're scattered all across the galaxy.
Yeah, and these guys just need a home. They just want a home. They're frightening though the way the film uses it, because the film is making you think they are the bad guys full stop from the top, and they do some real sinister stuff with them that when you realise later it's just a means to an end.
It flips really nicely.
When you see Rambo, you see her in the same room and they look out the window and she's playing with her daughter outside.
Yeah.
That's really sinister the way it's sort of cued and everything. But then you get the really nice moment where you call her in and we'll talk. So they do, and they change it. She turns around to see that the mum that was with her outside the Skrull, and he sort of goes like, sorry.
The tech guy. That's kind of all he doesn't have. I love
amazing.
that. I don't think he has a name. I don't think they name him.
He's just science guy.
He's just a science guy. And he modifies the quadjet to
be basically a proto Quinjet.
So it can break atmosphere.
Yeah, but the cockpit is just the shots of them in the cockpit. It's like, this is a Quinjet. This is the freaking Quinjet. This is a Quinjet. The way you're framing this now, you're going, this is going to lead to that thing you're familiar with later.
Yeah.
But we're not doing a solo weird forced prequel nod thing here.
And then
it's just what it is.
Then he has a moment of heroism and gives his life to keep Yon-Rogg away from them long enough so they can get up into the lab.
Oh my God. It's so well done. Mendelsohn keeping his native accent is perfect.
Yeah, love hearing Mendelsohn speaking his natural Australian.
And it's nice because it means you don't have the Skrulls don't have a I'm a bad guy voice. They just have a voice. They just speak however they speak. And I love how he makes a distinction of we all have the ability to do this, but we can't all do it. Like, it does take training.
Yeah.
And dare I say, some talent.
A little talent.
And it's like, You're really chuffed with how good you are at this. This is a really nice bit of character building.
He's such a charming character. Even before
he's a really charming villain, and then when you realise, oh, he's not the antagonist of the story. He's still really charming.
It's really neat.
And then our actual antagonist, led by Jude Law, again, really compelling and interesting. Early on, we see them kind of humanised.
Yeah, her and Yonrog have a really good relationship.
We're expecting Korath.
Korath, yeah.
We're expecting Korath to be a villain at some point in his story, because we've seen him be a villain in Guardians of the Galaxy. So when he gets to play that here, you're like, okay, that's the guy we recognise. Yeah. That entire group they're built up to be kind of like charming and funny and a bit sort of Space Marine hoorah kind of vibe.
They're soldiers. They're soldiers. That's what they are.
Then when they're bad guys, you're like, yeah, these guys are ruthless killers.
Yeah.
But they also really underestimate their teammate, because you realise that Carol has essentially been manipulated to be a good little dog.
And they
for the
all
last
knew.
6 years. Yeah.
They were all in on it.
Yeah. Like she's been good dog. Well done.
Yeah,
well done. It's not necessarily Yonrog teaching her to hone her skills. It's Yonrog teaching her to suppress them until they need her to use them for
something.
Along
with the little neck chip, the little obedience disc.
Yeah, which we don't really realise. We sort of assume at the beginning, oh, that's like a power level thing. It's like an outage. Because you see it kind of flare when she thinks, she's like, okay, they're keeping track of it. And then later on you realise, yeah, they were keeping a cap on it.
Yeah.
They were keeping a cap on her powers. The scene where she breaks out of the skull mind reading machine is really cool. Like, they're basically using the thing to go through her memory. I mean, that whole sequence is amazing. The way that it sort of filters through, and you can hear Talos and another Skrull like saying, like, right, go back.
And it's that sort of trippy.
Yeah.
Sort of
and when she's speaking to the same people, she speaks to oh my god, what's the character's surname? I keep forgetting Lawson. When she keeps speaking to Lawson, she approaches from different sides, and you can see. I think I'm getting confused because Brie Larson is Brie Larson, so for some reason I'm hearing Lawson, and then I'm like, no, I can't be right.
Well, it is. Accept it.
I'm going to call her Marvel.
Accept it.
When you see Marvel, you see on Veers' face, you see on Brie Larson's face, that's increasing amount of confusion over the course of that scene.
Yeah.
Because she's suddenly becoming aware that her memory's repeating itself within itself, and that's played so well. My favourite scene, weirdly, for Carol was that sequence, the memory stuff, and then her busting her way out.
Yeah, it's really
because it was the first time you saw her in the film separated from her command and her, like, you know, her group, and just dealing with shit on her own. And she's so cocky. She's so like, yeah, I can do this, it's fine.
And boy, does she deal with it.
Yeah. And again, just that bullet point of her going back to get the boots. It's like, hang on, I forgot something. Goes back, gets the boots, just sort of growls at the scientist, like, then walks away. It's like, fair enough. That was really neat, and just the whole gauntlet stuff, like seeing it. It was a great scene to establish it. She can handle herself regardless of this thing, even though she thinks it's her first resort. The first thing she does, she tries to shoot, and then she's like, "Oh, I can't."
And
you can see that it pisses her off that she can't do it, but she handles herself.
Not only really was she trained by the Kree over the last 6 years, she was trained by the Air Force before that.
Yeah, as though she didn't know it, she had Air Force training and military training. Remember before when I said I kind of wish that we got to see her and Rambo deal with that together a bit, the memory loss, the whole idea of her years.
Yeah.
I kind of, when I say I wished Brie Larson was given more freedom to let loose emotionally a little in some places, what I mean more, and again, like you said, you got a different experience from it. You said it subverted that expectation a bit, and you enjoyed it more because of that.
Yeah.
For me, I kind of wished we got to see a bit more of the, you know, I suppose the violation of her life. Like, she's like, I know that this means something to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know what. Like, see that conflict of her, like, really dealing with it. But they sort of do play up in the movie as, no, she has no emotional attachment to this at all. And she, you know what I mean? She kind of learns what her emotional connection to her, to her friend was, and to her, you know, her, by name niece and all that stuff. Auntie Carol!
I feel like some of it comes back after she hears the black box recording.
Yeah.
I feel like some of that is like
when they embrace each other.
It sort of jogs it for
her. Yeah, she's not quite, oh, I'm Carol again. Yeah. But she gets it a lot more,
but even
and she can feel it on a gut level.
Or subconscious or instinctual level, she's like, oh yeah, this feels right.
Weirdly, my favourite moment, my emotional beat from Brie as Carol in this film was when she spots herself in the back of the photograph.
No, yeah, okay.
And she's suddenly, you can, again, wordlessly, you can see it, like...
She's brilliant.
She's like,
a great actress.
Wait, why am I there? that's me. The fuck does this mean? What are they not telling me? These aren't dreams. These are memories. I know it now. But what does it like? You can see so much, and it's just on her face in that moment, silently. She's great, and that's what I'm saying. Because of her range and because of how good she is, I kind of wish we'd got to see her play more with the tragedy of what had happened to her. But again, like you said, it's subverting the expectation of that story trope in a way, and it just meant that she dealt with it. Like she's a soldier, and it's built in. She's a cocky little shit.
She doesn't,
but it's built into her to be disciplined and be.
Yeah.
You know, be. I don't mean, when I say stoic, I don't mean the way everybody's complained, like the people who've complained about, oh, she's so stoic. No, like, she's meant to be stoic.
She doesn't spend half the movie agonizing over it.
Yeah, she has a bit of a facade because she's trained to be like that, because she has to get the mission done, get the shit done, and then deal with it afterwards.
Because the Kree are all about keeping a lid on your emotions as well.
Yeah. And you felt that, again, that's something, she's going to learn to be more human again over time. It's not really going to happen in one go. Yeah. Or the six. Oh yeah, when we meet her again. Yeah. So it's a story that I think I do hope they explore that more with her character in the future. But that being said, like her performance as both just like the character and as an action hero is really really good.
She's just got so much swagger, which is exactly it's Carol.
Yeah,
like, Carol isn't.
She reminds me of early Thor.
Yeah,
like Hemsworth in the first Thor.
Which is what Carol is like. She's not.
She's Han Solo. If Han Solo was Captain America, like she's you
look at female superheroes like I don't know Catwoman or Black Widow or Black Canary. They're agile characters. They're speedsters almost, but like in a combat sense, like they're not.
Yeah.
They use their agility and their speed rather than their strength. Carol's a hammer.
Yeah.
She's a fist.
Yeah.
She just hits things.
Yeah. And once she realizes her powers are suppressed, boy does she hit things.
Yeah. So she's a blunt instrument.
Yeah.
And she'll be the first to admit that in Kelly Sue DeConnick's.
Did you spot her cameo?
Oh yeah.
It was really just
you can't miss Kelly Sue DeConnick.
Like, if you know what she looks like, you're just like, oh shit, there she is.
Yeah.
Let's talk Goose.
Oh, Goose, everyone's favourite flirkin.
Keep that thing away from me. Just like, oh, they're gonna do it, aren't they? This cat isn't just here to give a nod to Chewie. This cat is Chewie. Like, they're gonna do this.
Yeah.
That was great, and I don't know how I feel about it being the reason Fury's eye goes to shit.
I like it.
I like it being the reason why he has that specific scar. That was really fun. The moment he did that, I was like, "Oh my god, the scar we've seen throughout all the movies is a fucking cat's claw."
That's what I was alluding to earlier, where it was like they almost play the setting up of things you see later on.
Yeah.
For laughs.
Yeah.
Like you expect it to be this big, like tragic thing, and it's just you get scratched.
Yeah. Well, they play it for laughs in this as well. It's like it's a shame that. The Kree. Just force information out of him. They destroyed his eye. It's like, that's what he's told Coulson.
What happened?
But it's funny because my favorite Marvel film still at the moment is Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
and in that he says like the last time I put my trust in somebody, I lost an eye. And then obviously in that movie they're using that to emphasise the idea. Oh, he's got no eye. To subtly put that in there so that when he reveals he's still got an eye under there later, as milky and as fucked up as it is. It's like, oh my god, Fury keeps secrets inside his secrets inside his secrets. But it also means that line's not necessarily just a set-up line to make a point to Steve. Because him and this cat were getting on really well. And then the cat scratches his face. Is that the last time he trusted someone?
Well, you could also take away from that he's also referring to Carol.
True.
He dragged him on that whole crazy adventure.
Yeah, that's very true. Also, can we take a moment to appreciate... No one's called Captain Marvel in the movie yet, but the word Marvel is said as Marvel by Fury toward the end. So Fury coins the word Marvel in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as being a character name.
Like Marvel, sir. Marvel.
And because of his... Oh, what's the reference to? The Marvettes. The Marvelettes.
Yeah,
Oh, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. So she's called Captain Marvel because of that song. I love that. I think that's great. One thing they could have made clearer is the freaking word Avenger on the side of her plane. It's really not clear enough in that photograph at the end.
It's
It's really not clear enough because you get full well what he's about to do on the Word document that he's rewriting.
I did not have a problem with that. I caught it straight away.
Fair. I didn't see it. Afterwards. I had to look online. I was like, what like did it say that? And people were saying like, yeah, it says it on the plane. I was like, oh, okay, but I could have been a bit bold or even focus on it a bit more. But you didn't need to see the word because the music told you the story. Yeah. Let's talk cameos. Jimmy Lee Curtis and Arnold Schwarzenegger. In a standee, he gets his head blasted off.
So good.
which to me felt more like a nod to Last Action Hero in a way.
But you see Last Action Hero in the background.
Yeah, but like just the idea of like the standee being used as a plot point in a blockbuster, like it felt very much like that kind of a nod to that in a way. Terminator 2's referenced a bit in this as well, just like the design of it in places, the kind of the 90s style version of the car chase sort of thing. Kelly Sue DeConnick popping up briefly in foreground.
But there's a word about to go on the train.
Just a nice touch.
Stan's cameo. And the dedication to Stan at the top
the
of the
dedication
film.
to Stan was amazing at the top.
Just beautiful.
And I do wonder if that's going to pop up again for Infinity War.
It wouldn't surprise me. Because I believe, again, I'm not sure if this has been confirmed, but I believe that he's got cameos in Endgame, Spider-Man Far From Home, and possibly one more.
Yeah,
because he filmed a bunch of them.
Yeah, they banked quite a few, and again after that, I wouldn't be surprised if he still appears in them, Deadpool 2 style.
Yeah,
like, or the Netflix show
Howard
style.
Ramis in Ghostbusters style.
Yeah, like Stanley, the visual of Stanley will still be somewhere. I told you then about Once Upon a Deadpool that they'd. That when Domino parachutes in, that's his cameo in Deadpool 2 is the big mural of him. Yeah. In Once Upon a Deadpool, the mural had R.I.P. and loads of love hearts on it. So they digitally added more to the mural. That's neat. And he also got, for Once Upon a Deadpool, there was a post-credits reel of Fox interviews with him and stuff, and they said a few words about him. That was the post-credits scene for Once Upon a Deadpool, was a little Stan tribute. Stan has nothing to do with Deadpool, but they were like, we want to celebrate him, god damn it. He cameos as a strip club DJ in the first one. Yeah. He's in the short film that came out to advertise the second one. Like, we have to acknowledge him. He's the man. His cameo is fucking great. And it's fucking great because it ticked two of my boxes. Because I'm a big fan of Stan Lee. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Kevin Smith.
Yeah. Two great tastes that taste great
and
together.
And it acknowledged essentially his first cameo. Yeah. I mean, I'd argue his scenes in Mallrats are a bit more than a cameo. They're like 2 whole scenes. It's like 5 minutes of the movie with Stan Lee in it as a character.
But he was going to return for the Mallrats TV
for
show.
Mallrats, and he had a key part in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. Which had to get rewritten.
Obviously, yeah.
But in Brody's Secret Stash, they've revealed on set, out of all the stuff they're selling, in the middle there is a glass cabinet with one of Stan's jumpers and his glasses in it, and photos of him, and it's like, do not touch, do not lean on the glass. And that is their nod to him in the movie. And also, this is in the Road to Reboot stuff they've been putting out. So Brody's t-shirt in Mallrats has this sort of weird blurred face on a white t-shirt, this black and white photo blurred face. Yeah. And then when you see him again, he's wearing a similar t-shirt in Strike Back. Yeah. But it's a little kind of clearer because they just couldn't find the same t-shirts. They sort of mocked it up. Okay. In the latest, it's a black and white photo of Stan from one of those portrait shots from a few years ago. And Kevin has said, what we've kind of done here, sort of, as a response, is it sort of looks like over the years Brody's t-shirt has cleared up. And it's revealed to have always been Stan's face. Brilliant. It's like, oh, that's really cute. So Stan Lee's no longer in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot because it began filming last week. And he was apparently playing a very significant part in it. I think he was a character. I don't think he was Stan Lee. Oh. I think he was a character in it. But as a result, he's still tributed in it. So yeah, but Kevin Smith got a freaking call out and cameo in Captain Marvel to reinforce the setting of 1995. Stan Lee's learning his Mallrats lines with the logo and everything on the front, like the freaking logo, and Kevin Smith like at the bottom of it. It's like, well done film. And from his Instagram and Twitter post reacting to seeing the film the other day, it looks like he wasn't aware of this, and it was a big surprise for him.
He spent a lot of time crying since his heart attack.
It was before even his review of the Flash finale, like from season 2. It's just a video of him bawling his eyes out. But yeah, that's amazing. And again, he's learning the "Trust Me, True Believer" line. He's just repeating it over and over again because he's learning his lines. So funny.
And I just love the little smile that she gives him.
Yeah, she's just smiling because it's a kooky, weird old man, and then she moves on.
Well, he gives her a big grin, doesn't he?
He gives her a big old grin,
and it's like, and but outside of the film, on a meta level, it's just a really nice acknowledgement of Stan.
Stan, yeah, that obviously was planned prior to his death because obviously he's in it and they shot the scene.
I wouldn't imagine,
but it's more poignant now because it's more like it accompanies the opening graphic.
It wouldn't surprise
really
me if
nicely.
they put her smiling afterwards.
Maybe, yeah.
Just to give it a bit of more of a...
Or chose more of a goofy take, because she sort of gives him like a really goofy smile.
A bit of side-eye.
Yeah. It may be the take they use is more of her like looking through the cabin being frustrated, and then they went, we'll go with that take. We're going to go with that take instead, because it means more. But yeah, that was cute. And God, all those people online saying, but wait a minute, if Stan Lee's learning his lines for Mallrats, that means he's Stan Lee, he's playing Stan Lee, and Stan Lee can't be in it because he's like the guy who created... Like, in Mallrats, he's talking about Hulk and Thing and all that, so he can't be... Hey, do you know who used to cameo in Marvel Comics all the fucking time as himself? Stan fucking Lee.
And?
Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
Repeatedly in Fantastic Four comics, they made cameos.
It's a common thing, like...
I mean, for Christ's sake, one of the what-if stories was what if the Marvel bullpen were the Fantastic Four? Did you ever see that one?
No.
Like Stan's Reed Richards and Jack Kirby's the Thing, and it's just like...
Thing is...
Why is this? It's like,
Marvel
why not?
creators have always cameoed in Marvel Comics.
Yes.
As themselves. That's just a thing that's always happened.
So, how about you all take your head out your serious asshole for a bit and put it in your fun fanny instead, and acknowledge that this is the Marvel movie.
I do not condone that
metaphor
at all.
This is a non-Deadpool Marvel movie. Well, if you're American, you just think I've told you to take your head out your ass and put your head in your other ass. So.
Your other ass.
Ass.
Oh, I'm with two asses.
Take your head out your ass for a second, Liz.
Five-ass monkey.
Five-ass monkey. Take your head out your bum for a second. And forget that, yes, these movies aren't Deadpool, but fuck it. The Stan cameos are usually not a plot point. They're usually a little meta joke for the audience.
Stanios.
Let it be meta joke. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny as hell.
But
these are the same people that get hung up on him playing Willy Lumpkin in the Fantastic Four movie and then playing Stan Lee trying to get into the wedding in Rise of the Silver Surfer.
If you actually break down the timeline of
He's a random foreign king in Princess Diaries 2 for no reason. Just accept it. Stan Lee's a cameo artist.
Aside from the Stan Lee question, the Stan Lee celebrity paradox, if you actually try and break down the timeline of Captain Marvel and it just falls apart. Like,
yeah,
she can't have played Street Fighter 2 in the bar with Monica if she disappeared in 1989 because it came out in 1991.
She could have played Street Fighter 1.
She wasn't playing Street Fighter 1.
Alright.
Street Fighter 1.
Well, that's alright. She could have listened to Nirvana's, Come As You Are. Oh,
nope.
That
came out in 1992.
Unless she randomly heard it during an off-screen moment in the present day part of the story.
Yeah, which would be fine.
But even then, the vinyl didn't come out until 96.
Doesn't matter.
Because doesn't fucking matter.
Vinyl's a vinyl.
The soundtrack's nice
and it
as well.
It doesn't matter. Like, it does not matter.
Yeah, the soundtrack is there to build the movie. It doesn't matter if Carol did it or it. Sod it. It's a comic book movie. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the reason why it does jar some fans is because, the films have taken great care to have established continuity and this, that, and the other.
People like to jam on continuity, but this isn't continuity. This is Easter eggs and cameos and pop culture references. Like, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's all good.
The film does not live or die on the back of whether she could have played Street Fighter in 1989 or not. It doesn't matter.
Hey. Do you remember how Captain America fought in World War II, but was thawed out like 20 years later? Yeah, well, that date keeps changing all the time in comics because the comics subtly shift to be present day set regardless of when they were. So just accept it, guys. It's
a really good big picture on that, isn't there? From years and years ago.
Oh, but first version of Escapist.
Yeah. Escapist, big picture of it. Yeah. Should we talk about emails?
We could.
Some emails.
But I refuse.
About...
Oh, go on then. Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
May contain spoilers. Warning for those who skip the emails.
Definitely contain spoilers. This one comes in from James.
Hi, James.
With the subject line, Marvel! All caps. He says, hello, Chris and Matt.
Hello, James.
Deep breath. Captain Marvel spoilers ahead. You have been warned. Wasn't Marvel's Captain Marvel a real Marvel, not to be confused with Captain Shazam Marvel, who wishes he was as much of a Marvel as Marvel's Captain Marvel? My Marvels. Is it clear yet that I really liked Captain Marvel? No, it's not clear. Nothing about that sentence is clear. That sentence that is, again, just once more for posterity.
Just reiterate.
Wasn't Marvel's Captain Marvel's a real Marvel, not to be confused with Captain Shazam Marvel, who wishes he was as much of a Marvel as Marvel's Captain Marvel? My Marvels? What? Yes.
And yet also no.
Well, we all went into Captain Marvel expecting Jude Law to be playing Marvel, didn't we? I didn't, but I get why people did.
Yeah.
When it was first announced, I thought he was playing Marvel. But I was not expecting to walk out of an absolutely packed cinema after the revelation that Jude Law was actually playing a young, sexy Dumbledore.
Is this Dumbledore young? Yes, and sexy.
Dumbledore.
What? Where the fuck did that go?
I was trying to get a gag in there, but I couldn't find it.
Are you high?
No, I wish I was.
Yeah.
Some questions if you haven't already spoken about this. Do you think the next Captain Marvel film will take place before the events of the first Guardians of the Galaxy? No. And do you think we will see Ronan as the main villain in that? No. He did say he'll be back for the woman. Maybe that will present us with what happens to Ronan and Korath between Captain Marvel and Guardians. I think we may need that because of how criminally underused he was, and possibly. Maybe we could get more Jude Law too, and a proper look at the face of Supreme Intelligence. A completely different entity to the Great One. See y'all later. From one of the Jameses. The one that fell into the Eye of Harmony but was rescued by the Time Lord's predicament because he was a perfect warrior to fight in a time war.
Thanks, James. James Masters. Not to be confused with James Masters. Or James Marsden.
I don't think the next Captain Marvel will be set before Guardians. I think it'll be set post Endgame. But I do think they will deal with her going back and dealing with the Kree, because I feel like she's been away helping rehome the Skrulls. I don't think she's been active.
Yeah, in
our parts of the galaxy.
Where did I read it? I can't remember if it was an interview or something, but I read somewhere where she said in an interview, about the movie thing, like what she up to between the movies, that she's been out there doing her thing, and helping out along the way. So she's not been like attack on the Kree Empire. Must take this down,
because I think she
has been like doing some superheroics along the way whilst trying to find homes for the Skrulls.
If she was operating in those circles, she would have gotten involved in the Thanos thing sooner. In
the mid-credit sequence, which we didn't really talk about, she looks phenomenal for 20 years later.
Yeah, she does not look older.
Which implies maybe there's some time travel-y stuff going on here
Maybe not even that, but just like relativity.
Costume was different though, did you notice? Costume was more metallic on the gold bits. Yeah. Looked less like a Kree uniform, more like an original costume.
It wouldn't surprise me if there's some
I'm guessing that's a scene from Endgame somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's set shortly after Infinity War. Because the way Cap looks and the fact that the toll is still being counted.
Yes.
So.
And they've found the thing. The
yeah, so is that how Endgame opens? And then we skip forward?
I don't think it's how it opens, but I think it's probably an early scene from Endgame. In the same way that the
Ant-Man teaser was Civil War.
Yeah.
Bucky, yeah.
But it was two scenes.
Used to put newspaper in your shoes, all that stuff, yeah. God, I love those movies.
Yeah, I
would like to have seen
more
Ronan and Korath and that the story of them becoming Kree extremists.
But I don't
think it's necessary. You don't need a movie for that.
No. I don't think that's necessarily
If the one shot still existed, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a one shot on the Captain Marvel Blu-ray.
Yeah, maybe.
Like a 15-minute film. That'd be really cool.
I think we'll get her going up against the Kree Empire again. But I don't think it'll be pre-Guardians.
No. Then again, I wouldn't not like
rule it
that.
out.
Yeah, if they did that, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
I'd be very happy to
I
see
don't
that.
think they'd do it.
But it would be boring if 2 films in a row her enemy was Jon Rog and the Kree,
I think
basically.
it'd be nice to have her more earthbound. Just to establish her as an Avenger and a human hero.
Yeah.
And then take her out of space again.
I wish I'd have thought. They've been talking about how she might be the figurehead for the Avengers franchise Phase 4 onwards.
I would have thought she would be, yeah.
What if she was the figurehead for the Cosmic Avengers going forward?
Yeah.
And the Cosmic Avengers became a cross of whichever Guardians actors were staying on.
Yeah.
And her and maybe an Avengers character.
I don't think we'll get any of the Guardians actors staying on after 3.
I wouldn't be surprised if 1 or 2 did. Like maybe. I know it sounds weird. Maybe Groot and Rocket would stick around.
Maybe Karen Gillan.
Nebula, yeah. I mean, I'd watch the hell out of okay, we're not going to do Avengers straight up on Earth anymore because we can't capture that lightning in a bottle the same way immediately.
Yeah.
So let's take a break from Earthbound Avengers and we will move the Avengers franchise to a cosmic thing with Carol leading, Groot, Rocket, maybe Nebula. Chuck Thor in, because Hemsworth is not done with this shit.
No.
Make that a Cosmic Avengers thing. Give us a new character. Give us Adam Warlock or something.
I think...
Because then you can carry on with that sort of stuff. And you can still have a cosmic universe, but with characters we want to spend more time with, because we like them.
I think it depends which of the 2... new big names end up heading up the Avengers. If it's a Black Panther-led Avengers, I think it'll be more Earthbound. If it's a Captain Marvel Avengers...
I'll do both. That's how you do your new Avengers and Avengers. You have one team on Earth and one team in space.
Currently in the comics, she has repurposed Alpha Flight as a space station-bound Earth Defense Force.
But still with Maple Leaf logos.
Still... Hey, Puck's still on the team.
Yeah, he is.
Sasquatch is still on the team.
Yeah, he better be.
So... But it's there. They're just Captain Marvel led now. So maybe we'll get Alpha Flight.
Yeah, maybe.
Especially now that they've got. I think they probably would have fallen under X-Men rights, but that stuff.
They got. Some things across over the Skrulls were definitely Fox, but it looks like they might have been in that same grey area as Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Skrulls, were there?
No, but that's why they did. That's why they did the Chitauri in the first Avengers. Joss Whedon's first draft had the Skrulls in it.
Yeah,
Skrulls and Wasp.
Anyway, this one comes in from Georg.
Georgi Wheat
with the.
Is he a Kree warrior? Georgi Wheat.
Is
it George White?
Yes.
I think he tweeted saying he was going to send us in.
Georg.
Yeah. Hi, George.
This one comes in with the subject line, Ray Bloody Purchase. Says, greetings, big damn lads. I hope you're both well. Apologies for the gaps in communication. Hey, don't worry about it. You do what you do. I've had a lot of personal stuff to deal with over these last few months. I hope everything's okay, George. But the one thing that's kept me going is hearing your voices every week. I even considered throwing in the towel with the Nerd Babble podcast, but alas, I'm stuck doing that for the rest of time. As well you should be.
Yes. Always continue. Keep going, keep going.
Captain Marvel related questions. Thoughts on the end credit scenes?
Post credits for Captain Marvel.
Well, we talked about the mid credits one.
Yeah, that's definitely. It's got to be in Endgame in some way.
I think that's just an Endgame scene. Post credits.
Loved it.
It's one of those how long can we stretch this gag out without it overstaying its welcome?
It was the best. Did we really need this end credit scene since Cap in Homecoming, which is phenomenal.
That's so good.
And
so good.
Tony waking up Bruce in their therapy session in Iron Man 3.
Oh, that's so good!
It's I'm not this kind of doctor.
Kind of doctor. I love it. I absolutely love it.
And the moment it come back to the desk, I was just like, why are we holding on this shit? The fucking cat's going to get on the desk, isn't it?
The cat's going to throw the Tesseract. Yeah.
They just milked it. It was so funny.
Very good.
I enjoyed it. I like the fact that they tend to now be giving you the essential thing you need to know in the mid-credits.
Yeah. And then
at the end, a little... There you go. Apart from Black Panther, which did it the other way around. Where it was like, Bucky's awake, guys, and he's ready for combat. And the mid-credits was more, hey, Wakanda's going to have a bigger role in the world, but we're not going to explore that in the next film. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, we will in the next Black Panther film.
Yeah.
Just, hang on.
Wakanda forever.
Thoughts on just how awesome Brie Larson was?
Yeah, really cool.
I mean, I already like Brie Larson anyway, but...
Really cool, and
she's fucking phenomenal in this.
Again, on a pure, just sort of fanboy level, I'm looking forward to seeing this character's impact on the Avengers 3 and 4 storyline.
Also, Brie Larson's 27.
Sure, really? Of course, because there was casting concerns, wasn't there, that she wouldn't be old enough to have been in the...
according to...
excuse me, the Air Force.
According to Air Force consultants, the absolute youngest she could be, if she'd been fast-tracked and everything, is 28. And she was 27 when she was cast.
So the character is assumed. I think they play the character up in terms of when she went to flight school and everything. They sort of play her up to be close to 30.
Yeah, I'd have thought so.
So it's fair enough.
Yeah, Brie Larson's younger than both of us.
Fuck Brie Larson. Screw her! No, don't. She's great.
She's incredible. Also, did you see the pictures of one of the screenings? She
showed up in a Captain Marvel tracksuit and served popcorn.
Yeah, she was helping out on the
concessions.
The concessions.
Yes, that sort of marketing is really cute.
Yeah, I love it when they do stuff like that.
That's really cool. That sort of stuff.
Yeah,
because they always, every film always does the really easy marketing thing of, hey, we're near a screening, we're just gonna have you pop in, say a few words, and go about your day. It's yeah, that's kind of cute. But then to go that level and be we're going to get photos of you in the concession stand and sod it. Do you want to just give out some popcorn? Go for it. You're giving away popcorn.
Good time.
Just rock it. I love her excuse in it. She says I'm only here because I heard my face was on the cups. I just wanted to see for myself.
She's good, Brie Larson. I like her. And she's great in this.
She's
Brie Larson, please.
She's a good egg.
Yes. Ben Mendelsohn wasn't evil? No, he wasn't.
And I think that casting was consciously trying to play on your expectations
a bit as well. You expect Ben Mendelsohn to be a bad dude.
He played a great baddie in it.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was revealed that, oh no, he's not a baddie. This is just the perception that we've been made to think of by the Kree.
I love the little moment where he's about to shoot the other guards when he's in disguise.
Yeah.
And he tells his daughter to cover her eyes.
Yes.
That's just a really sweet moment. I also love that it didn't... There's two moments in this film where I thought, if this was a male-led, superhero film, there was two moments where I was like, that character's going to die. And one of them was when Maria Rambeau agrees to go up in space with him.
Yeah.
I was like, she's going to die. But she didn't.
She did not.
And the other one was when...
I love how she was guilt-tripped by her daughter to do it in the first place. It's you've got to do it, because you'll be setting a good example. Go.
And I love how... and when Talos got shot, I was like, oh no, they're going to kill him off. And then they didn't.
Yeah, he's just injured. He was shot in the shoulder.
But I think if this had been a more serious, macho film, both of those would have been moments where they would have used the opportunity to kill those characters for pathos. But they didn't need to.
They didn't need to.
Really good. And why isn't it April 26th right now?
Is that the release date of...
Endgame.
Really? In the UK? Snap. Ha! I don't know. So we can build up some anticipation? So we can watch Shazam in the meantime?
Yeah, we've got Shazam first. I think Us is soon as well, actually.
Yeah, it's not far off. It's not far off.
I think it might be next week, even?
Can't be that soon, surely.
I mean, I know it's a completely different kind of film, but...
Well, it's tangentially connected.
March 22nd.
Wow, 2 weeks away. Holy shit.
March 22nd.
A week and change away from when this episode goes out.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Yes,
it's tangentially connected. It's got M'Baku and Nakia in it. So there you go.
True. That's all from me. If you hadn't guessed, I already loved this movie and thought it was a great introduction for a character that's going to kick Thanos' ass.
He's shitting himself.
Until next time, goodbye, my dears. Yeah, I can see. I can see what people's concerns about the... Sorry, you have to do it that way. I can see people's concerns about the Superman effect with Carol.
Yeah.
She is very tough. But she's one of those, if you put her up... Yeah, she's not, but she shouldn't be fighting, normal level threats. In the same way that Thor, they've managed to get around Thor's Superman problem because he's essentially got the same power set.
Yeah.
Like he is like super strong and invulnerable and fast.
I think with Thor they've shown it more visually. They tried to balance it out.
Yeah.
Like they've put him up against the biggest baddest bastards
he's the bruiser.
The Nine Realms have to offer.
That's the role that Carol fills. That Captain Marvel fills. She's a bruiser. She is a fist, a blunt instrument.
Yeah.
She's not a Black Widow or a Catwoman. Or
I've got some Miss Marvel issues somewhere where she's just beating the shit out of a horde of Brood.
That's what I was saying before.
Like the Brood are obviously like, we're going to completely overwhelm you, and they're this swarming, horrible creature, tentacly bug wing thing. And she eventually, because the whole point in that story is that she gets swarmed and captured and taken somewhere.
Yeah.
But she spends like 8 pages just beating the shit out of them, and you go, yeah, that's Carol. Like she's not going, right, I need to get away. She's like, all right, bring it on.
Go back and read like the first Kelly Sue DeConnick arc in Pursuit of Flight. It's just like, yeah, I'm not really a problem solver. I just kind of beat things up and punch them until they stop.
Yeah.
Like that's like kind of her in a monologue to boil it down to a couple of sentences. So yeah, that's great, and I think we're going to be seeing so much more of her because I think as a character they've just really it's probably the most likable of instantly likable and charismatic of the post Avengers characters they've introduced.
Yeah.
Past that initial roster.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, all those actors and characters are great, but in terms of one that you warm instantly to, as soon as they appear on screen and stuff.
Well, yeah, because especially with the others, we sort of go on their journey with them.
Yeah.
Like, we see Stephen Strange become a bit more likeable. We are instantly won over by Scott Lang before his fantasy story begins. But, like, in this case, yeah, it's we meet someone who's already fully formed as far as she knows.
Yeah.
And she's instantly a likeable character. And then we get to like her more when we get on her side and we're like, they've played you for a fucking fool. You sort this out, Carol.
Yeah.
You sort this out. You right the wrongs. You have your mohawk when the helmet comes on.
Fucking great. She's just, the helmet. Love the helmet. Jamie McKelvey was very excited.
Yeah, I can imagine.
His designers
I can imagine.
He took a photo of his special thanks in the credits so he could show it to his mum.
Oh God, that's really sweet.
Gotta love it.
That's damn
sweet. And we do. We love Captain Marvel.
It were great.
And if you want to let us know what you thought about it for next time, remember, our Big Damncast on Twitter, bigdamcontact@gmail.com. Pop along to twitch.tv/bigdamstream for regular streams. The Adventure Backlog should be back to normal now because by the time you hear this, because, I just had to look up to my other half as you had a procedure, so I've not been able to stream as much. But it'll be back to normal by the time you hear this, and we'll be going through the Resident Evil remake.
You'll be getting closer and closer to becoming a Jill sandwich.
Oh. They took that line out.
Did they?
They changed it.
Oh.
Because I got to that bit in the first episode of the stream.
Oh, what is it now? You could have been flattened by a fucking ceiling and died.
Oh, no, it's... any longer, you'd have fit nicely in a sandwich.
Oh,
like, no, that's not good.
But the vocal performance is better.
Nope. The dialogue is just as bad, but in a different way, and the vocal performances are more professional sounding, but very bad.
They're trying.
Nope.
We're trying.
The game is very trying.
On that note, higher, further, faster, baby.
Oh, yeah.